wanted to have a conversation about this whole Diddy thing. I mean, who enabled P. Diddy, man? Who enabled him to be this insane person that's just been out here kind of like bullying young people, bullying people in business, bullying producers, financially bullying people, you know? Who enabled him? That's the question I want to ask, you know? This was a man that started his career um, in Uptown Records, you know, while he was a student in Howard University. He was a nightclub promoter. He started his career off as an intern in Uptown Records, and quickly he got promoted to assistant A&R, and he obviously worked under the founder of Uptown Records, Andre Arel, at that point. And obviously, you go from working with Andre Arel, and then all of a sudden, he gets promoted. He gets promoted to A&R. Andre Arel takes him under his wing. He produces. Um, he gets a chance to produce a young Mary J. Blige. At that point, Mary J. Blige was just um, up and coming, new, that an artist that Uptown Records itself didn't know what to do with. They didn't know how to market her. Or Diddy came in, obviously at that time, with the help of his girlfriend at the time, Mr. Hilton, the mother of his first child. They came together and marketed Mary J. Blige. She takes off. Diddy becomes one of the youngest successful A&Rs in the industry. At the age of 19, he became a millionaire, right? Very wealthy because those records, he signed deals with those producers where he takes 50% of um, what's it called, the publishing and the production. He was taking 50% of it at that point, and then obviously he made a lot of money for himself. He started to strategize on how to do business in hip hop. He started to find ways to finesse producers and writers and artists all together. He found ways to do a lot of things. So within that period of time, um, sorry, I didn't get more. Okay. So within that period of time, he was able to make himself a very wealthy man at that time. Obviously, he got very cocky. He got obviously involved in a one of those. Uh, he had a party, and I think about 20 people died, and that happened in the 90s. He got very cocky and all of that. He got fired from Uptown Records, and after that happened, he got himself a deal with Clive Davis to start his own record label called Bad Boy Records. This is where he actually started to make his name. Within those period of time, there's a lot of mess that I'm not even speaking on that we're finding out now. Obviously there's the mess even with the beating up his baby moms because she went and saw Suge, and there's all the mess with the death of what's it called, the people at the party. There's the mess also with the shooting at the studio while he was there with Biggie, the shooting of Tupac that led to him, going to jail just before his trial, and then coming out and doing all of that nonsense that he did with the rap music and the beefs. All this while, Diddy has just been in the industry. He starts Bad Boy, becomes extremely successful. He becomes, under the guardianship and mentorship of Andre Arel, then going up to Clive Davis, and then obviously to Ron Buckle, who also helped him with the Sean John clothing company. So he's had all of these mentors that has actually helped him build his his empire for him. And all this while he was having all these successes, there's been a lot of red signs everywhere. There've been red signs everywhere. There've been things that he's been doing. There's been things that he's done that we've heard from through the years. There's the time where obviously there was time that we're hearing now. The late Kim Potter, they got into a fist fight. There are times obviously, they were hearing about the fights he had with his baby moms back then. Obviously, a lot of stuff has been happening. You remember the fight with Steve Stout, where he broke a bottle on top of his head and obviously he escaped jail. You remember what happened with Shine, the shooting. Shine took the rap for him. Shine took the rap for him. You understand? But Shine was an up-grounded person. When they interviewed Shine recently, he didn't even he kind of just kind of brush off it, like obviously he was the fall guy. Really shot that person in the club. So he's been on that type of movement. He has become. We used to think Suge Knight was the real boogeyman, but Diddy is becoming the person we thought Suge Knight was in real time. If you know what I mean, you know, like it's just like what we're finding out now. Because I'm not saying Suge Knight was perfect; it definitely wasn't. But we always thought that Diddy was the more civilized one out of the two because we always thought that Suge was more ghetto, hanging around with the Bloods and all of that stuff. But now we're finding out that Diddy was doing that as well, but he wasn't on Front Street with it. You understand? So now what we're finding out now, all of that mess has happened. Well, coming to this situation with Cassie, man, I really feel sorry for Cassie. I'm sending healing energy to Cassie and her husband and the whole family, for everything that she's had to go through. But I have to tell you something. A few things happen because this is what happens. Cassie, a young 17-year-old, goes to New York to find to to get to pursue a dream of being a model. She meets an incredible producer in the name of Ryan Leslie. They make a couple of tracks. She put the tracks on MySpace. Shit blows up. Diddy calls. So Bad Boy Records did a collaboration with Ryan Leslie's record label called Next Selection, like an imprint of an imprint, really. Um, Cassie is brought into light. We start knowing about Cassie. She's getting famous. Diddy starts to become, from what we've heard in the industry, Diddy starts to use uh, contractual acrobatics to get Next Selection out of the deal with Bad Boy, which was Ryan Leslie as a producer being the person that signed Cassie, start to X him out of the situation. And it came to a point where they asked, believe in what from what Ryan Leslie said, he asked Cassie, who does he choose? Who does she choose? And she said she'd rather go with Puff. That's it. Exit stage left to Ryan Leslie. He leaves Bad Boy. He goes about living his life, whatever, whatever. Cassie stays with Diddy. Now, what is my question I'm asking? Cassie was a young lady, ambitious, and probably seeing how Diddy will probably, I don't know whether Diddy might have threatened her or Diddy might have shown her that he has more than Ryan or can take her career further than Ryan can. And she might have thought she was doing making a decision for herself. But what she did was lock herself into hell with Puff Daddy. Because when you look at the video that we've just watched of Diddy right now, that doesn't look like it's the first time this has happened. This does not look like the first time it's happened. It's not. So she makes a choice. She doesn't go with Ryan Leslie. or Ryan Leslie was bullied out of Cassie's life because a um, it's not a these things happen. You understand what I'm saying to you? These things happen. Ryan Leslie was bullied out of Cassie's life because obviously once they broke up as girlfriend and boyfriend, Ryan and Cassie, Diddy found his way inside. And while he was still doing this, Diddy still has his baby moms over there. You understand? So obviously he probably love bombed her, sent her private jets, and you know how those rich people do. But Ryan leaves and makes a whole album talking about how he's heartbroken and all of that stuff and what's happened. But Cassie stays with Diddy, and I think we've now seen what she's had to experience being with the, being with Diddy. It was hell for that girl. I am very sure, 100 trillion percent sure that what we saw there by the lift was like 5% of what that man has probably done to her. You understand? But that's what happens, you know. I don't want to ask what would have happened if she had gone with Ryan because Ryan did not have the pull to take Cass's career where Cassie needed a career to go. You understand? Ryan was just a producer at that point. Diddy's like this 300, $400 million man. Like I'm talking about, mansions in multiple different states in America. You understand? This man has power, pull. This man can get your videos and television, TV, can get, you know, that kind of power is, it's quite overwhelming. And for a young lady that wants to have a career doing some stuff. So I don't judge Cassie at all, but I'm sending hidden energy to her and her family because you can see for many years she's been trying to leave that man, and any person that came close to even having a conversation with her, it shuts them down. This is how I knew he probably kicked out Brian from her life the moment he kicked Ryan out from her life so he could take control of Cassie's life. Because if you hear what happened to Kid Cudi's car, my man blew up his car. Wale was having a conversation with Ryan. They were vibing in the studio. Puff Daddy and the security guard turned him upside down by the balcony. So he has always scared anyone that wanted to get close to Cassie away. Scared them out of the girl's life. While he can have the men and the boys and and have these freak offs and all of that stuff, you know. So for some reason, 2019, 2018, she finds the courage to leave, finds a gentleman that was bold enough because that guy was risking his life dealing with Cassie. Let's just be 1,000 about it. Knowing what we know now about Puff Daddy, my man was risking his life marrying Cassie. That's on a trillion. You understand what I'm saying to you? He was risking his life. I'm telling you, his life was in danger. What's up, Russian kid? His life was in danger, but my man loved her. He loved. His name is Alex Fine. That lovely gentleman loved her. It's like he went from he was the trainer. He probably saw the beating she was getting. You understand? He saw the beating she was getting. You know, and helped that girl. And finally, she left my man, bold enough to finally leave and find herself a lovely gentleman in Alex and gets married. You know, um, I have to say, I have to send, you got to send healing energy to her and her husband for the experiences they might have been through. I know the fact that when Cassie left Diddy, a lot of people in the industry were scared of working with Cassie. You understand? Only a few bold people were like, "Fuck Diddy, will work with you, Cassie, because he has that much power, that much pull in the industry." You understand what I'm saying to you? And I think the first thing that started was like she wanted a piece of her. She wanted the opportunity to release music by herself, and this man did not allow that to happen. They're like, fuck that. You either come back to me or I won't give you a release paper. That's how it started, really. That lawsuit. It's okay. You're not going to let me release music of myself. You're not going to give me any of my sort of masters to go do my stuff. What do you want me to do? That's when she decided to say, look, it's stopping me from working. It's calling some people to say, don't work with him and don't work with her. And, you know, so look, here goes the lawsuit. It took a, I think before that, she'd been asking for stuff behind the scenes. You don't want me to release any music, then you have to pay me then. Pay me. She didn't want to do that. And then finally his ego got the best of him and then they released that lawsuit. And everything has been down ever since. This is what happens, man. The insignificant girl to him is the reason his old empire is falling apart. One of the reasons, anyway, because she was the bold one that took that actually had the balls to have to to send out a lawsuit against Diddy. You know, and at that time, his baby mother is found dead. No one knows how she died. You know, they say pneumonia, and most of the people around us said that woman was a healthy woman. All of that is happening. There's obviously the rumors that apparently she was writing something. I don't know the rumors. A lot of rumors online at the moment. But you know, Cassie B was brave enough to release that lawsuit and everything. The house of cards started to fall apart, man. You know, everything started to fall apart, and it's been like that ever since. It's been like that ever since. And look, I don't have anything else. I have a lot to say about it, but I'm just saying that this is, I believe, this is like a karmic year. If I'm going to be honest with you, I believe that this is the year of whatever you sow, you reap. This is the year of every dog has its day. This is a year. It doesn't matter how famous you are, or how much money you have, or how much money you don't have. This is the year when the whole of the universe comes together and says, "Okay, all right, you are going to you at the moment are going to pay the price for what you've done." Hey, what's up, A? I wish you a great weekend as well, big man. Yeah, man. Uh, don't forget to send us something on the PayPal, man. Show us love. You know what I'm saying? Show us love. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So this year is a year of truth, a year of payback. Every lie that's ever been told is coming to truth this year, somehow, some way. I wish you a wonderful weekend to all of you. Yes, yes, A, yes. This is the year that a lot of things are coming to light. A lot of truths are coming to light. You know, a lot of things that happen in the industry, in the entertainment industry, that have been hidden for a very, very long time is coming to light. And Diddy is just another person after Weinstein. Diddy is another person after R. Kelly. You understand what I'm saying to you? They're all falling like a house of cards, man. You understand? All the bad behaviors, all the careers that man destroyed, all the people in the industry that he did not pay, that did work for him, you know, all the people that died and he capitalized off their death and created hit records and all of that stuff. Man, the mighty universe is showing up and showing out, man. This is why I think it's happening. Just showing up and showing out, saying, "Yo, look, this is what I'm about to do to you, lot." You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things that it just like, yo, we're gonna have to show you what time it is, and all of you that done mad things, I'm gonna show you out. Because all I'm saying to you is, I just want to talk about Diddy himself. I think there's no coming back from this. I think karma has finally caught up with him. A lot of the court cases that he's had through the years. In the 90s, he had that party where a lot of people died because he didn't do proper um, fire exit doors was not working. A lot of people were crushed to death. He's had that court case with obviously with the shooting with J Lo. He bounced off that. Did nothing happen to him. So he's had a lot of these escapes through the years, and no one has ever held him accountable. This one though, he's not running away from this one, bro. I'm telling you, he is not getting away with this one. There's no way on earth he's getting away with this one. It's just one of those things where karma showed up, and and he's just gonna have to pay the price. You know, he's gonna have to pay the price, man. You don't go out and do madness on this planet, and you don't get nothing back. Life doesn't work like that. Even though for us outside of the industry, we're looking at him like these guys can do no wrong. Maybe even in their head they thought they can do no wrong. They probably thought to themselves, the laws of the universe does not apply to them. Well, the universe is showing up and showing out in 2024, boy. Like, look what's happened to J Lo. Look what's happening to J Lo. The people just turned on her. Like, it was just almost like, we're tired of you. You understand? Like all the old videos and stuff. Now we're hearing about the divorce and man, everyone is look. This year we've seen the people's favorite Kim Kardashian getting booed on stage. A lot of people. It's almost like the universe just lifted and just turned our back, make us turn our backs to these people we put on the pedestal. Because I have to say, I put Diddy on a pedestal for a very, very long time as a young man, listening to all of the music that he was producing at that time. I used to put him on a pedestal like big time. Now it's almost like, man, never put nobody on no pedestal, bro. I'm telling you, because you don't know what people do in there. Look how he just did that, girl. I mean, he dragged her. It was so uncomfortable to watch. I don't know if you guys saw it.